Good morning, students. Welcome to the class of refrigeration and air conditioning. In few of the previous classes, we have started our discussions on one of the most important component of every refrigeration and air conditioning system, that is compressor. And in last class, we have closed or stopped our discussions on finding the various type of work input, considering different thermodynamic processes like isothermal process, isentropic process, polytropic process, and we have noted that if we consider isothermal compression process, then we can get minimum work. Now today's topic is multi-stage compression. Now before we start, what is multi-stage compression or why multi-staging in compression is required? First we have to know several things. That till now our discussions was limited on single stage compressor or single cylinder compressor. Now in case of normal single stage compression process, the vapor refrigerant is generally compressed in a single compressor and it is then delivered to a high pressure and temperature. But sometimes this vapor refrigerant is required to be delivered at very high pressure, as in case of low temperature refrigeration system. So for low temperature refrigeration system, the compression ratio is required to be very high. So in such cases, either we should compress the vapor refrigerant by using a single stage compression with a very high pressure ratio, or we have to compress it in two or more, or by using two or more compressor which that are placed in series. So for achieving this high compression ratio, these two can be achieved either by using very high pressure ratio or by using compressors in series, using number of compressors in series. So it has been experienced that if we employ a single stage compressor for producing very high pressure refrigerant, then some drawbacks are there. That means if we use very high, if you want to obtain very high pressure ratio by using one single compressor, some drawbacks are there. What are the drawbacks? Number one is the size of the cylinder should be very large. Number two, due to compression process, there is a rise in temperature of the refrigerant. So temperature increases, temperature of the refrigerant increases. Now it is very difficult. Now after coming out from the compressor, the refrigerant vapor will enter into the condenser. So it is very difficult to reject the heat from the refrigerant in a small time available for compression process, because compression should be very fast. Number three, sometimes the temperature of the refrigerant at the end of compression process is too high, which may heat up the cylinder head and may burn out the lubrication oil or lubricating oil. So there is a chance of burning of lubricating oil or damage of cylinder head due to high temperature developed. Now along with these three drawbacks, another two drawbacks are there. One is the friction losses and the running cost will be very high, and the volumetric efficiency will be low. Now, why the volumetric efficiency is low? why volumetric efficiency is low? We know that the volumetric efficiency can be denoted as 1 minus Vc by Vs into Rp to the power 1 by n minus 1. Now, and the temperature after compression is T2 equal to T1 into Rp to the power n minus 1 by n. So the delivery temperature T2 increases with increase in the pressure ratio. So if we increase in the if we use high pressure ratio, so obviously T2 will increase. At the same time, that will affect this volumetric efficiency. Now, when this one will be increased, pressure ratio is increased, compression ratio will also increase, and as a result, this volumetric efficiency eta V will decrease. But our objective is to improve the volumetric efficiency in order to get higher performance from the compressor. So in order to improve the volumetric efficiency, we have to use a number of compressors. That means we can go for the compression process in more than one stages. So after the first stage of compression, so you have to use two different type of compressor. One will be low pressure compressor, another will be high pressure compressor. So after the first stage of compression in low pressure compressor, the fluid will have to pass through a small cylinder in which the gas is compressed to the required final pressure. Okay, so that process is considered as this stage compression process with using using two or more compressor arrangement along with another attachment that is called intercooler between any of the two compressors is termed as compound compression or multi-stage compression. So in order to overcome these difficulties, the vapor refrigerant is compressed in two or more cylinders that are arranged in series with some intercooling arrangement between them. This is termed as multi-stage compression. Now, what are the advantages of multi-stage compression? So if we use multi-stage compression, some advantages are there. So first advantage is there will be improvement in the volumetric efficiency. There will be reduction in the work input to the compressor, therefore the total driving power. It will also reduce the maximum temperature rise in the cylinder. That means it will reduce the cooling and fire hazards. Then size and thickness of the cylinder can be adjusted based on the pressure. Leakage loss will be also minimum due to better cylinder lubrication and reduced pressure difference across the two sides of the piston and the valve. And the multi-cylinder engine will always give more uniform torque and better mechanical balance if we use one small type of flywheel. So these are the advantages of multi-stage or compound compressor. Now I will discuss how this multi-stage compression or multi-stage arrangement can be done. So here this figure denotes the multi-stage compression arrangement. Now what is actually done in case of multi-stage compression arrangement? If you look at this figure, you can see that first of all the vapor refrigerant from the evaporator at a particular pressure and temperature, which is low pressure vapor, enters into this first stage of compression, that is called low pressure compression, where during the suction stroke. Now within this low pressure compressor, it is compressed up to a certain pressure and also the temperature will change. So the pressure and temperature are changed from P1 T1 to P2 T2, and the vapor coming out of this low pressure compressor is then delivered to a heat exchanger that is called intercooler. Now what is the function of intercooler? The intercooler generally acts as a heat exchanger because within the intercooler cold water is supplied from the outside and this high pressure vapor enters from another side. So when this high pressure vapor enters into this intercooler, energy exchange takes place in the form of heat between this cold water and this high pressure high temperature vapor, and as a result at the outlet of this intercooler we can get a relatively low temperature but same pressure vapor refrigerant. That means during the intercooler the process takes place that is known as constant pressure heat exchange process. Now this cold refrigerant is then enters into the second stage of compressor, that is called high pressure compressor. And finally, after compression, this refrigerant will again is to be delivered to the condenser. This is the next unit at relatively high pressure and high temperature. So by this way, two-stage reciprocating compressor with intercooler arrangement, using this two-stage reciprocating compressor intercooler arrangement, multi-staging is done. Now during this operation, you have to go for certain assumptions. We have to consider certain assumptions. What are the assumptions? So the assumptions are: number one, the effect of clearance is neglected. Number two, we consider that no pressure drop in intercooler. That means the heat exchange process takes place within the intercooler at constant pressure. And the third thing is, both of this compression process takes place polytropically. So compression process is polytropic in nature, that is Pv to the power n equal to constant. Now if we draw the PV diagram, see this one is the PV diagram for two-stage compression. So first stage, the cycle is denoted as A, B, C, D. You have two indicator diagrams are there which are merged. Now if we consider that in the intercooler the intercooling is complete, then the gas will enter the second stage after intercooler at same temperature at which it enters in the first stage. After the first stage of compression, that is from A to B, if intercooling is perfect or complete intercooling, it will enter into the intercooler. So if intercooling is perfect, then gas, the refrigerant vapor will enter into the second stage, that is second stage of compressor. This one, high pressure compressor, at same temperature at which it enters into the first stage. That means this T1 will be equal to T3 if the intercooling is complete. And the saving of work will be obtained by the intercooling by this area. This area denotes saving of work done. See, P1 to P2. So there this is P1 next to P2, or it is also, if we notice this one as P2. B to A dash, next A dash, A double dash to B double dash, next B double dash to C dash, C dash to D dash. So if we mark this point as A dash and this one as B dash, so here A, B, C, D is the first stage of intercooling, A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash is the second stage of intercooling. But it does not occur in case of a real machine because there will be a small pressure drop in between the two cylinder due to friction and other processes. So the intermediate temperature, two intermediate temperatures, if at pressure Pi the temperature is Ti, so Ti can be denoted as T1 into pressure ratio to the power n minus 1 by n because the process is polytropic. Similarly T2 at the final temperature is also denoted as this one. And in both the cases we can got two types of work done. Here one work done, another work done will be there. So the net work done for a two-stage compression or the total work done in two-stage compression with perfect intercooling is n by n minus 1. This is the general expression, m dot r T1 into pressure ratio to the power n minus 1 by n minus 1 plus the compression work due to this in the second stage. Now in this expression, if we minutely look at this expression, here two different temperatures there. One is T1, another one is TA. T1 is the initial temperature at pressure P1, TA is the initial temperature or the intermediate temperature at pressure Pi, intermediate pressure. Now if this assumes that the gas is cooled in the intercooler back to the inlet temperature, see, it will be back to the inlet temperature. That means if we consider that the intercooling is perfect, if intercooling is perfect in that case, or complete intercooling, so for complete intercooling, what will happen? The gas will be cooled in intercooler. The gas will be cooled in intercooler and back to its inlet temperature. That is called complete intercooling. In that case, we can say that the temperature T1 is equal to TA. See, here T1 and TA both are there, so T1 will be equal to TA. And from this concept, we will find out, or we can find out, the choice of intermediate pressure. That means what will be the value of this intermediate pressure Pi. So for find out the value of intermediate pressure Pi, so the next topic is your choice of intermediate pressure. So total work equal to, we can know that total work is equal to work done in a low pressure cylinder plus work done in a high pressure cylinder, or low pressure compressor plus high pressure compressor. So WLP C plus W HPC is equal to N by N minus 1 M dot R T1 within bracket Pi by P1 to the power N minus 1 by N minus 1 plus P2 by Pi to the power N minus 1 by N minus 1. Now for calculating, now in this expression, m dot is constant, n is constant, r is constant, t1 is constant. Okay. Also, p1 and p2 are fixed. That is the initial pressure and the final pressure. So only variable is pi. Now our objective is to find out what will be the value of pi or expression for pi. So for uniform work, we can say that d by dpi of W total is equal to 0. So from this, if we make this one is equal to 0, then you can find out the value of pi, and that will be give you the choice of intermediate pressure. So for calculating the value of pi, so dW by dpi is equal to 0, or d of dpi, since the if we pi by p1 to the power 1 plus p2 by pi to the power minus 2 equal to 0, or from this we can write n minus 1 by n pi to the power n minus 1 by n minus 1 into p1 to the power minus of n minus 1 by n plus 1 minus n by n pi to the power 1 minus n by n minus 1 into p2 to the power n minus 1 by n, that is equal to 0. So by rearranging this, if we take all the pi and p1 in one side, so pi to the power n will be cancelled, minus 1 by n into p1 to the power minus n minus 1 by n equal to, that will be pi to the power 1 minus 2n by n into p2 to the power n minus 1 by n. If we check once, this will be p2 to the power n minus 1 by n into minus pi to the minus 1 minus n by n, or pi to the power and ultimately pi to the power 2 into n minus 1 by n will be equal to p1 into p2 to the power n minus 1 by n, and that will ultimately give you pi square equal to p1 p2, or intermediate pressure pi equal to under root of p1 p2. So this is the expression for intermediate pressure. It will be the geometric mean of inlet pressure and the exit pressure. So from this we can also write pi by p1 equal to p2 by pi is equal to under root of p2 by p1. Now this p2 by p1 is nothing but pressure ratio. This one is pressure ratio, which is same for all the stages. So the pressure ratio will be same for all stages. So the total work W mean, total minimum work will be 2 into work required per stage in one stage. That means that will be if we put this value pi equal to under root of p1 p2 in the main expression, that will be n by n minus 1 m dot r t1 p2 by p1 to the power n minus 1 by 2n. See, what was the last expression? This one was the last expression, pi by p1. Pi will root over p1, root over p2 by p1. Here also root over p2 by p1. So under root p2 by p1 to the power 1 n minus 1 by 2n, like this, plus p2 by p1 to the power n minus 1 by 2n minus 2 equal to 2 into 2m dot rt1. So p2 by p1 to the power n minus 1 by 2n minus 1. That is the total work done. This is another expression. So if number of stage is z, number of stage is denoted as z, then total minimum work will be z n by n minus 1 m dot r T1 P2 by P1 to the power n minus 1 by Zn minus 1, where the pressure ratio in each stage is equal to P2 by P1 to the power 1 by Z. If number of stages Z. So this is the condition for minimum work. The condition for minimum work is that the pressure ratio is the same and intercooling is complete. They are perfect. So today is up to this. In the next class, I will discuss about rather various different types of rotary type compressor. There is screw compressor, scroll compressor, open type compressor, hermetically sealed compressor, or semi-hermetic compressor. Thank you.